So today I'd like to talk a little bit about my school life, and I'm currently taking a course called the Challenge and Change in Society. Challenge and Change in Society. It's a combination of anthropology, psychology, and sociology course, which you learn a lot of theory and practice and learn what's going on in our society and some difficulties and problems and challenges in our societies. So I'd like to talk about this course specifically, and most interesting, I'd like to talk about my teachers. And it all began with what is happening before the March break, early March. When I am doing a news presentation, I'm really preparing the news presentation. I do a lot of preparation. I prepare very early. I spend 3 weeks on designing, creating this presentation to make it looks good, feels good, and amazing. I put a lot of thought and creativity into it. I select some music and add it to my presentations. And just for that music I spent around 3 weeks on picking the most proper music for my presentation. So I definitely spend a huge amount of effort on it, and I practice and practice every night. I do a lot of practice. I practice when I was in the gym. I practice when I was in the elevators. I practice a lot. And the days are coming. It's a time for me to present it to my class. And I was actually the last person to present in my class. My class is around 20 to 30 people, and I'm the last one to present. So at the beginning, it was going really, really smooth, really, really well. It's super awesome. And just as I was trying to get into a topic, talking about the main content, I was stopped by my teacher. I was interrupted by her, and she said I was not talking on the point. She said like I was not talking what I should talk about. Well, I was really, really confused and angry at that moment because, first of all, interrupting a presentation is not nice, not okay, it's not good, it's not polite. Especially for a presentation, you're spending a lot of effort on creating it, on making it, and suddenly it was interrupted by someone or your teachers. It was really, really, really sad and angry for me. So I basically want to ignore her and continuing on my presentations, but she said I was not on the point, and she led me to follow the rubrics. Well, I didn't even get into a content yet. I was just finished a brief introduction. So how do you know that I was not talking on the point? So that is super weird, and I'm super angry about that. And like I was asking him, can you give me like extra 5 minutes? I'll explain everything very clearly to you. And she said I was trying to begging her to give me 5 minutes. I was like mad. What the hell is that? And it's terrible, And basically, she stopped in my presentation, interrupted it, and skipped me and trying to let me get off from the stage, trying to let me get off from the front, and trying to let the next group, which is another new presentation, and that next group to come up to do their presentation. She doesn't even listen to my explanation. She doesn't even hear what I'm saying and just interrupt it. And I was like freaking angry about it. So the next day, I was in the physics class, and she used the announcement to call me to see her, and I was writing a physics test at the moment, so I didn't able to see her, so I waited until lunch, and I came to his classroom and her classroom and asked her for what happened, and she said she's in the video conference and she don't have time to see me, so come back after school. So after school I do go to see her, and she told me that she can't stay after school. You need to see me after the March break. So I really felt really sad when a super, I wouldn't say great, but presentations that I spend a lot of effort on it really ruined or interrupted by someone. That really makes me really, really angry. And the day after that presentation, it was another new presentation. It's a group presentation I do with my group members. And I was trying to really make a presentation super stunning, super cool, super interesting, and I was like doing a cool live demo, basically like telling people our topic is about same-day delivery service. I was basically doing a demos on telling people like the different option of Amazon shopping from 1-day shipping, 2-day shipping, and the same-day shipping. And again, she asked my group member to interrupt my presentation. I was like, I don't know what she's thinking at this moment. I really don't. But in any ways, if you like my presentation or not, you shouldn't interrupt it. You should let me finish my ideas. Because I always believe presentation is the way, it's a platform, it's opportunities for you, for different peoples, for us to share our ideas, share our values, share our thoughts, share our creativities to the public. And you have the choice to like a presentation or don't like a presentation. And you can definitely give me advice, critical feedback, comments after I finish my presentation. That is super okay. I love feedback. I love to hear what people's responses. I'm definitely okay with that. But interrupting a presentation is just not a great way to do. It's not friendly, and it's really makes me angry. Especially imagine you're putting a lot of effort on something you value, you are really treated seriously, and someone just ruined everything. And that is just the worst things happen. So honestly, I don't know why she interrupted my presentations. And for every human individuals, we really want to push the boundaries forward on making the best presentation to the public, to our classmates. And I personally respect that teachers very much. I spent a lot of effort on writing her homework, on completing the test, on doing review, like completing assignment. I put a lot of effort on that. But she just interrupted my presentation. She doesn't treat me that nice. So I was really confused. I'm also a little bit sad. But that is how my school life goes, I guess. And after the March break, it is 3 days after the March break, she doesn't talk to me. And she doesn't say anything to me. She doesn't give me my mark back. She doesn't do anything pretty much. So I'm still waiting to see my marks, because after I can only argue with her after I receive my marks, because I need to see what she actually think, because marks actually reflect a lot of things, tell me a lot of information. So I'm curious to see my mark actually. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say today. It's not a I think she's definitely a great teacher. I mean, she treats students super nice. She actually like teach pretty well, and she gives marks fair. But not this time. I don't know, because my mark is not up there yet. She gives marks pretty fair for my other assignment before, and I respect her, and she's really a great teacher. But I don't know why this happens. It's super weird, and it's sad. So that's what I want to talk about today. Thank you very much.